Ivalua now in New Orleans with Franck Lheureux. And Franck has just come off the main stage after an incredible keynote. I'm wondering, what were your highlights? What did you enjoy most about presenting there?
First of all, thank you so much, Libby, for having me and Ivalua here. So, what's new about Ivalua? First, the continuity of our dedication to procurement practices. As you heard, I'm the newly appointed CEO, seconding and succeeding to our founder, former CEO David Quadui. I think we're living in an unprecedented era for changes, not just in procurement. Gen AI and AI leapfrogging, I think this is the future destination points for all our businesses. So super excited to walk through this transformation opportunity.
Yeah, it's an incredible time. And could you just tell us a little bit about your journey at Ivalua and how you came to be CEO?
For sure. So I joined Ivalua in early 2018, and I sensed the reason for me to join this company. I worked for a couple of American software technologies before joining Ivalua, was truly to expand Ivalua's opportunity across Europe. So I joined as a managing director in charge of Europe, Middle East and Africa. And after 3 years of fast growth, a lot of new customers join us. Over that time, we opened up no less than 6 fully owned subsidiaries: UK, Italy, Sweden, Germany, and so on. We decided to pivot the organizations to a more vertical focus. So I became the Chief Revenue Officer, so looking after 17 countries of Ivalua's presence, from US to Australia. And then David came to me a year ago and wondered, Frank, would you be ready for your next gig? I want to turn my entire focus and energy towards AI and Gen AI, profound transformation, and yet it matters for Ivalua and our market, but the way we look at it, it's a civilizational changes. So he wanted to embrace it and focus 100% of his time, brain power and energy, and he asked me to take over the CEO job.
That's incredible. I wonder if we might see more companies shifting that way in the future as well. And how have you personally seen procurement shift from kind of the more transactional function that we're used to it being described as, to kind of really at the forefront of most companies now? And you mentioned in your keynote that there's really never been a higher stakes time to really revolutionise your procurement, and I just wondered what that shift looks like to you.
I mean, I think procurement raised its game and its profound impact on companies' resilience, capacity to operate, capacity to gain profit sharing a few years back. It's not something which is new. Procurement in many organizations has been elevated as a boardroom function. But then, since the last few months, I think procurement is facing a new set of challenge and then a new set of opportunities, like inflation, tariffs, lack of business long-term strategic perspective. It all impacts the way supply chain have been organized, logistics network have been built, and supplier resilience has been challenged. So I think it's a unique opportunity, a lifetime opportunity again for procurement leaders to reinvent what they do. And it goes, as you said, really way beyond the short-term savings. Yes, savings matters and cash flows, impact, all that matters, and it's there to survive, but it is no more at core of what procurement are doing. Pivoting business model, co-creating new products, co-creating new packaging, co-investing with suppliers on new markets penetration. That's what those guys do for a living now on.
Definitely. And you kind of touched on it there, but what do you see as the biggest challenges and opportunities in the industry at the minute?
I think one of the biggest challenge, or maybe two biggest challenge, if you allow me to bring with two. Point number one, the talent. On one hand, there is not enough talent to fulfill the need of procurement, reinvention. Those guys are competing with every other company departments. And that's the first thing. And second, on the talent side and pool, procurement leaders, CPOs, have to rethink how to embrace the digital transformation, the Gen AI or AI disruptions that's coming through. We were talking to a set of large customers in USA prior to the show. And they all wondered, do I need to recruit engineers, prompt engineers, Gen AI experts, and not just experts in negotiation, category management, markets intelligence? Because my future might be how to adopt this piece of transformational technology that is more engineer-led than it is business-led so far. So this level of transformation is presenting challenges because they exist, because fighting for the same talents as IT, consultancy, or software vendors, that's what procurement need to equip themselves. But on the other hand, this is the size of a price.
I wonder if you could tell us a little bit more about the time-saving element of implementing AI to the scale that Ivalua do. You mentioned in your keynote that you're actually using this to build more human connection.
True.
And I think there's just something so lovely about that.
Yeah, it is, because at the end of the day, one of the shortest term or immediate payback that companies expect from Gen AI or AI use case deployment is saving time, saving burden on looking at documentation, summarization, compiling data, raising insights. All that matters, but the question no one asked was, but what are we doing with rendering time to people? Are we going to cut jobs? Or could we find a smarter way to invest to the company's benefits and to the employees' benefits this render time? And whereby, what I mentioned during my keynote happened with a couple of customers, like, we're going to use the time saved to rebuild human relationship with our suppliers, eventually with our colleagues. What if we were spending way more time connecting our supply chain business partners? What if we were spending more time with CFOs and account payables to get them into the supplier dynamics we live through? Today, in many companies, those relationships don't exist anymore because there's not enough time. Like, we're struggling to end up a day and to clean our mailbox. Gen AI is there to get us a better life, get us a better purpose in job. That's my desired outcome, and many companies see it that way, actually.
I think that's incredible and actually quite unique.
Yeah.
Where do you see the most transformational business benefits of implementing AI?
Again, I think the number one opportunity is to be a better customer to your most strategic supplier. I mean, we live in a world where the most business critical suppliers, they are critical for a reason. They do something different to serve you as a customer, as a company, that you benefit from as a customer. That's why you picked them. That's why you love the business. That's why you try to lock them in the contract for the next 3 or 5 years. But guess what? This supplier might be also the best supplier of your main competitors. So why should he pick your business in time of resource scarcity, of we cannot solve and serve the entire demand? Some suppliers are picking and choosing. I'm gonna pick this strategic customer to serve first. And it's not just a COVID effect. We've seen that in COVID, but this phenomenon exists. Best suppliers are being demanded by the entire customer community. What do you do as a customer, as a procurement officer, to create way more strategic relationship, longer term win-win strategies? Those exist, not in all categories, not with all suppliers, but they are the one that might deliver the soundest value to your customers, that might help you to leapfrog and defeat your competition by what they bring to you uniquely. So protecting this relationship, I mean, build it to the next level of community.
Yeah.
Intersecting your business purpose is what I see working the most. And Gen AI roll into that.
Definitely.
Creating bridges, creating a frictionless relationship, helping your supplier to read your sellout data, to perform better, to better forecast, to better plan their inventory level, to better serve the SLAs they have contractually with you. Your AI comes to their benefits. That's one of the most amazing use cases we've seen deploying, strengthening collaboration amongst business partners.
Would you say that that sense of community is what made Ivalua stand out to you when you initially joined?
Yes. I think the community, and thanks for putting the words here, it means a lot for us. It's not a vacuum word. I mean, everyone's talking about building communities and my customers as part of my community, but we try to make it genuine and sincere at Ivalua. The feel of vibes, of connection, the longevity of customer tenure of Ivalua is presumably unprecedented. Ivalua is my 5th software company in 26 years of being a humble servant to the technology. Never ever have I seen a retention rate of our customer engagements. North of 97% customers are retained year after year. So hopefully it means something about the value we deliver to customers, but something about the sentiment of belonging to something slightly more than just a technology supplier partnership.
Definitely, that retention rate really speaks for itself. And in terms of the event here, why do you believe it's so important for people to gather in this way? And I think specifically in America right now.
Yeah. Look, again, the sense of community is people interacting with people learning from each other, people being curious, people caring about others. You can do that through Zoom, you can do that through social network, all that exists. But building human experience, human relationship, it's so much different when you make it in a unique environment. Our job is also to create experience. That's why we pick this location. It's a pretty unique experience to be here where the Super Bowl happened 3 months ago, maybe the largest sport events gathering on the planet. We're here and now. So, and we allow this experience for our customers and partners. Thanks from them too. But I think this is part of a community sentiment we try to build, creating experience of coming together.
Yeah, definitely. And what does the innovate to elevate slogan mean to you?
I think as human beings, we have as a mandate, especially here and now, to elevate conscious, elevate our standards of curiosity, welcoming the newness, welcoming the unknown, embracing this amazing opportunity that AI and Gen AI brings as a breakthrough to us. And innovation is a vehicle, is a lever, is a path to elevate our human game, elevate our capacity to impact positively not only our organizations, but eventually do good and better to the world.
And you can definitely see that motto kind of runs through the event so far.
Yeah.
But what are you most looking forward to in the next 2 days?
Connecting with people, learning from amazing customer stories, hearing about where we should improve as strategic suppliers of all those customers, where have the opportunity to be a better company and better serve them. That's what I'm about.